Hello there everyone, my name is K-Hug, you can call me Kyler, and welcome back to the Season 2 Let's Play Minecraft Survival Series. Whether you're a long-time subscriber or just stumbled in here, I want to thank you for all of your support, so hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, share with your friends, and leave some kind words in the comments down below. Alright, let's get straight into today's video, and no, this is not a green screen behind my head. This is the beginnings of the dome, the biosphere that we have been working on, or did start working on last episode, and on episode number 30-ish. So let me go ahead and reveal to you what I have done since last time. And that is this. It's not finished, I'm aware, but this is substantial progress and a good bit of progress for me personally, because I'm going to tell you what, building a giant sphere is easy in open air, but when you are trying to mine out a giant sphere and fill it back in with some sort of resource like this stone brick, it is quite frankly the worst experience I think I have ever experienced in Minecraft. It has been terrible, but that is not what we're here to do. We're not here to complain today. We are here to make progress, and our mushroom's looking pretty nice. I had some comments from some of you guys out there, and one of them in particular, Moose, talking about the idea of these plants in here. Now I'm gonna add some more mushrooms. I just realized I left a blast door here wide open for a bunch of gas to shoot fireballs in here. Oh, that's supposed to be glass. I understand now. Well, hopefully he doesn't come over here. But back to what I was saying, talking about the ecosystem and how mycelium works. Mycelium being mushrooms and fungi and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a couple more mushrooms throughout here, large scale mushrooms. But I really like the idea, the concept suggested by Moose about adding in some like little budding bits, some tendrils, maybe having some of it creeping out. And then that leads me into my next fantastic idea from Polar Peely Bro, thank you. And that is putting some of this vegetation outside the dome, which at first seems a little bizarre, but if we put it outside the dome, we'll just make it kind of rotted and decaying, maybe even like some dead tree stumps and stuff, just to sell that this is a biosphere and this is the only place where life can be contained. Now, there is some other updates that I did change this portal. It was a box. Quite frankly, the box was just big and bulky and took up a lot of room. It was a way to make everything uniform from all sides. But I do like just having the standard portal in the middle, I think, better. But other than that, the only thing we are here to do today is maybe get some more mushrooms done or a custom tree or two. But first and foremost, I want to see about grading these walls and ceiling bits. And in order to do that, I would like to finally find ourselves a lush cave so we can get some moss to help integrate into these wall features. And I think some vines, some drip... oh geez, what's the creeping vines? There we go. Some creeping vines, some moss, some of the little drippy plants. All of that would look spectacular in here and add a really cool aura. So we are heading to the overworld, and we are going to fly around and try to find our first lush cave. We are gonna go sleep first. I just saw all of those phantoms. Oh, goodness me. We've been in the nether for too long digging that sphere out. How many phantoms was that? I'm not sure I want to know. Let's just go to bed real quick and we'll deal with that at a later time. As always, you want to make sure you're all rocketed up. I use a lot of rockets, so we've got some extra. Oh, and we're going to want to put our sword in inventory. And it is time to head off in this early direction. Now, I've selected this direction because every time I have ever seen a lush cave, or the indicators of such from the little azure bush tree things, the little lush cave trees, have always been in a spruce, like a taiga, tall, forest deal, like that right there. And I think I've checked here, but we're going to continue to check here just to double check and make sure that I am not losing my mind. But hopefully we're just looking for a green tree with pink flowers. Green tree with pink flowers. I can confirm that was just a fluke deal, that in our last series and some other series I have played, that every single one of the lush caves were beneath a taiga or a redwoods biome, but I was flying in a circle circumnavigating our caldera, our volcano, or our mega base location, when I bypassed this jungle forest, flying in that early direction, and at the corner of my eye I caught life. There it is, our first lush forest, been right beneath our noses this entire time. That is the, let me take you for a quick ride. This bamboo, this is where we got our first bamboo, right here, and our burbs and everything. So we have traveled through and from this little pass right through here at least a dozen times, and this was right underneath our noses, down in this little crevasse here. We're gonna head on in, grab a bunch of the moss, some of the dripstones, the flowers, everything that we can, and take it into the biosphere. Totally forgot about the little fishy guys. Look at them. Hold on, I gotta get some torches out. We've got an inventory disaster here. Do we have a bucket? We've got a bucket. Awesome. Hold on. Let there be light. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. All right, we're gonna gather ourselves some of these guys. Not sure if they can survive in the Nether, but I guess only one way to find out. You're coming with me. There is just something super magical about these kind of rooms. Just look at this natural build. These are some of my favorite new terrains, or except for that guy. Way to ruin a good intro. Yeah, these are some of my favorite areas on the... Oh my goodness, what is happening? Okay, it's clearly not time to have a conversation. It's time for me to get on out of here. But I got to get a few more of these spore blossoms. And that is not the way to do it. Holy cow. All right. There it is. The last thing we need before we can head back is a secondary axolotl. So come here, buddy. You're coming with me. And it's time to go home. I've come to the realization that this, the bucket of axolotls and tropical fish, was going to be a bad idea, since they need water, or, you know, they die. So instead, we are just going to take the other findings that we got, which is all of the beautiful flowering azalea, the moss blocks, and all of the other fun stuff in here. We're going to take this in and help decorate the inside of the biodome, but we're also going to bring in some bone and the bees nest. Yes, we're going to need these bees. Are these stacked? Why are they not stackable? Oh, is there different numbers of bees inside of them? Very interesting. And some of these bees that are going to come in with us, which means I've totally forgot we're going to need a ton of flowers. Let's go ahead and get a box going here. These are all pretty full. Looks like this is the best one. Let's put some of our moss in here, and maybe the drip leaves and the beehives. There we go. We'll bring that back with us, and let's grab some of these flowers. We're going to want a good variety, so let's grab a few of these big rose bushes, maybe a couple of the... Ooh, of the pink petals. These will be nice, maybe scattered across the ground. What else do you want to bring in? We could bring in some bone meal just to help. Oh, no, we got the bones for bone meal. That's what we got the bone meal for. We got some lilac bushes. These are a nice, tall, colorful plant. And then we also might bring in some of these littler guys, like some tulips of a couple different varieties or colors. We don't need that gravel, and so maybe some of these cornflowers. These are really pretty blue. And I think that's pretty much going to sum it up. We don't want to bring every flower in, because then it looks like we're doing too much, but I want enough to make it look like these bees. There we go, some white tulips. Make it look like these bees are actually doing something. So let's head back inside and get going on the terrain. We've already taken over this box with green stuff up here, so I'm just going to continue to add green items to that box. And then we've got some of these bones. Let's go ahead and make bone meal out of that. That's going to be to grow plants and just leaves in general on the ground here. But the first thing we're going to need to do is implement this terracotta and where to go moss block walls. What I want to do is take this almost green screen wall we've got going on over here and just add a few splotches of moss in and see what happens. I do know that if I put a moss block here and hit this button, it is definitely going to populate over a lot more of the area, but that's what we kind of want. Or it's not. Does it have to be a top block? Hold on. Number 2. Ah, it's got to be a top block. Very interesting. So with that said, we might not be able to transform as much as we thought. So there's a little bit there. Hit that guy. It spreads a little bit more. Oh, it spread down here. Perfect. Spread a little bit more. All right, there we go. That's perfect. So what that's doing is adding just another layer of texture, and I do like it, except for we gotta be careful where our light sources are hidden, like beneath this. We gotta make sure that doesn't get changed. And then I guess we're gonna have to physically put this up the wall at our own accord because it doesn't automatically transfer, but we can do some of that. Hit it again. Let it populate throughout. This looks really cool. So let me go ahead and just do a whole bunch of that all the way up this wall. I'm wondering now if maybe I should, let's think this through. Let's move some of our tools around, grab some scaffolding, and let's make a scaffold. Let's make a giant scaffold thing going on here. We got these trees. We have to be careful of this too. If we hit one of these trees, it might grow into a giant tree. We don't want that. What I want to do is maybe get myself lined up for success right here. We'll go ahead and head up. Yep. Right about there. And we're going to spread out the scaffolding like so. And then maybe if we break like a block here, we'll place a moss block. And now I know it needs air. So if I do that and then click it, okay, so nothing technically happens. Very interesting. What we're gonna have to do is probably do all of this, unfortunately, by hand, which is gonna be a real booger. I thought we could just plant some of this and let it go, let it grow. But looks like we're gonna do a lot of the dirty work ourselves, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and start. Let's green up a good chunk of this whole side, and then we'll catch you guys back here momentarily. Well, what do we think so far? How do we think that's looking? I think it looks pretty good. It's a pretty good combination of all of the green palettes, but I would like to get maybe a little bit farther up because I want to be able to implement some of the drippy leaves and also the hanging fruit. The, oh my goodness, the hang berries, the berries, the drip berries, the, y'all know what I'm trying to say. There they are. The glow berries. The glow berries along with the spore blossoms. I want to be able to integrate those on some of these ceiling aspects in order for them to create an aesthetic of dripping and or oozing particles along with the glow of the glow berries. If I can get... No. No. You know what? We are not taking any chances. Let's get rid of this guy. Now that we got rid of Mr. Distraction, what I want to do is continue doing what we're doing. I like the way this looks. I'm pretty happy with it. But what I want to do is make sure we don't just do like cow spots, I guess, almost like a spot here and a spot there and a spot there. I want to make sure they kind of are intertwined, intertangled with one another and make sense in the area. So what I want to do with this one is probably bring a finger of this green kind of up and over, maybe into this area like that, and then connect it back to there. So all of this will be green. We can add some of the glow berries and spore blossoms in this area, and then continue the green maybe around this wall and do the adverse rather than going up and avoiding that and staying on the ceiling. Maybe this side we come across from here and just above this, change the whole doors to some greenery and make that leak into this other area. Just because this is elevated here, I think that'll look nice. All of this is going to be open glass panes as long as I get the world dug out, which looks like we're pretty close. I think that's actually maybe a good stopping point, but all of this is going to get removed and be replaced with the stained glass. I think that's going to look pretty good. Maybe we'll add some like arches in from here up and over just to kind of seal off the edges, or round off the edges, if you will. And then we've got some more areas, maybe all in here we'll have a bunch of green as well. But let's go ahead and continue what we've done here. I want to bring, like I said, I'm going to bring this up and over this doorway. And then over to this other section over here, and then equally so across above the ceiling over in that area connecting to this, and then we can add in the glowberries and the spore blossoms. Unfortunately, I've actually ran pretty close to being out of moss and all of our terracotta. I do see that I have another stack. I saved these 32 because we're gonna have to go and get ourselves some more moss by just placing it and reharvesting. Now, I'm really curious, since we want to go ahead and get rid of this hallway anyways, or do the floor, what if I were to walk in here, actually, place a block down, and okay, so it has to be on a vegetative block. So moss will not, in fact, change netherrack, I guess, or maybe all nether items. So let's head back to the overworld and get ourselves some more moss. Now, converting moss would have been a great problem to have when we were digging all of this out. Can you imagine the amount of moss we would have had if we would have used it to get rid of all of the grass and stone around the entire caldera? Well, unfortunately, we went ahead and already have done that. So we're gonna have to just head over to a good open space, and I think right out in here will do. And we're gonna start converting all of this moss into more moss by simply, let's get down here. Look at all the enderman grief around here, ridiculous. By simply doing one of these and one of them. There we go. And now we just reap and re-sow, take out all of these blocks, reactivate the moss, and over and over and over again. So let's collect a couple stacks of moss so we can get back to work. Goodness me, there definitely has to be a way of automating that process. That is super easy to do, but it is so time consuming. I think we've got a little over, hopefully it's not just the, there we go, a little over 6 stacks here, or almost 6 stacks, mind you. So we've got enough to go back in there and get a little bit more of this done, but we've got to first go gather some terracotta, both green and lime green, in order to also continue. So let's head over there, grab our terracotta, and head back in to the biodome. We are back, and we know what must be done. Let's get back to our greenery terraining. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. That was a close one. We're definitely going to need to add some more light and or obstructions in here to keep that from happening. That ghost almost ruined everything. Okay, well, that's a little bit more of what I had in mind. I think it looks really good. And now I want to integrate some of these cool features. I'm going to do a little bit more terraining when it comes to some of these other areas. Like this area here is going to look to... Oh, no! No, 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 no. No! I don't know what to do. There... Okay. Whew. I thought he blew our mushroom up. Where did that one go? Oh, perfect. Blew another hole in the floor right over here. That's excellent. That's what we love to see. But looks like the little blossom or the little spores are actually falling all the way down here. So we get a few more of these guys in here. I think this place would be looking pretty lively. I'm going to head up and add a few more in this area. Maybe a minimal guys over here, and also some more of the glowberries in this direction. Let me go ahead and grab some more, get those done, and I'll see you guys here in just a moment. I think it would look pretty cool to have a beehive kind of nestled back in these areas. So what if we just break out one of these spore blocks? Actually, you know what? Let's go with this one and place in a beehive. Okay. Nothing apparently happens. How do we know if it has a bee inside? Okay, so oddly enough, I have a few more beehive here that aren't actually, or bees nests that aren't stackable. These two were stacked on one another. One I just put over there and here. So let's remove this one and put one of these unstacked ones. Oh! There we go. This one has bees in it. Okay, so that was all we needed, and they're really happy to go ahead and pollinate. So let's get rid of these ones. These apparently are beeless, is why they stacked in the first place, and add in these character ones that have tons of bees. Look, we got 3 out of that guy. We've got our little posse going already. They look content. I'm not sure what bees technically need. We can't bring any crops in here, but we can leave just the flowers. So we're going to need to exponentially increase the amount of flowers here because, I mean... Look at these guys. Look at these guys go to work. All right. Well, a few minutes AFK, and this is the final result of the little area that we have done already. I think the glowberries look fantastic. I like how they're all kind of coming down at different heights, and I think it might be time to go ahead and run through here and string some of these things just to keep them from getting too much longer. Oh, there's a double. Too much longer. I think it'll look pretty good to have all these up off of the ground. Poke that one a little higher. But I think everything here is looking pretty good. And now the only thing we have left to do is come through here and finish up a few more. Oh, that looks fantastic. A few more mushrooms. Let's grab this one over here real quick. But we can now finish up a few more of these mushrooms, and then I think we're gonna head on to a different custom plant style. Maybe we'll put some trees in here that'll help bring all of this full circle. We've also, that's not, there we go. We've also got to figure out what to do about this glass area, figure out how to get the gas from quit spawning in here. So maybe we need to add more structures. I don't know. But the next thing I want to do when I do the mushrooms, just for your guys' knowledge, I won't sit here and make you guys watch me build another mushroom. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same palette for the stem blocks as you see on this one. But what I'm going to do is change the tops of the mushrooms. What I want to do is maybe have one with the warped... with the warped wood instead of the crimson wood like this one, so it'll be a blue palette. And the only way I can think of making that work for the top is maybe some prismarine would look pretty good with that palette. I'll workshop some colors, which means we'll have to head to a sea temple and go ahead and get some of that prismarine, but I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that quite yet. And the other one I want to do is maybe like a brown topped one, so using the regular brown mushroom blocks, maybe some mud, and I think that'll bring those 3 colors look nice. Like again, like I said last time, we'll add in some more tendrils, some more sprouts out of different areas, maybe even some mushrooms budding from the wall, like cracks in the walls as well. And then we'll have a few custom trees throughout here. Not too many. You can see how big these mushrooms are, so the trees are going to take up quite a bit more area. But I think that is going to bring it full circle. No pun intended, as we're standing in a sphere. But I think that's going to bring us full circle and to the end of the episode today. I appreciate you all coming and hanging out with me today. Since you're still here hanging out, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, share with your friends, and leave some kind words in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of the design so far, or if you guys have any ideas for some custom plants. Maybe head on over to our community Discord, join that, and post some pictures. And then also, now that I see it, Let me know if you have any ideas of how to get these guys to not spawn inside of here. Maybe I'm thinking adding the trees and stuff is going to do it, but it looks like we still have a chance of spawning in here. So I'm going to get out of here before they blow up the rest of my project. But as always, stay beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.